What are the main takeaways?
Well, the central conclusions are pretty straightforward. One, science doesn't prove God exists, and actually some argue science makes God seem pretty unlikely.
Okay.
And two, you can absolutely live a good, meaningful, fulfilling life without religion. In fact, they'd argue maybe even a better life grounded in secular morality and what science tells us about the world.
Right. Okay. So let's dig into that a bit more. How about we start with their take on faith and reason? That seems like a core battleground.
Definitely. And it's interesting how they actually define faith, because it's not always the same thing. Richard Dawkins, for example, he gives a couple of slightly different takes.
Oh, yeah.
In The Selfish Gene, he basically calls faith blind trust, believing something without evidence or even against the evidence.
So like an intellectual failing.
Kind of. But then later in The God Delusion, he goes a bit further. He actually calls faith an evil because, he argues, it doesn't need justification and it basically shuts down rational argument.
Wow, that's a much stronger claim. From blind to evil.
It is. It's a subtle shift, but important. Sam Harris seems closer to that first idea of faith as just believing important stuff without proof, like getting a pass on needing evidence.
And Hitchens.
Hitchens, typically direct, basically saw it all as wishful thinking at the end of the day.
Right.